Out in a slump maybe? Well, perhaps you need a life coach. Our next guest has made a living helping others discover the ability within themselves. Monica Magnetti is in town for the Women's Show this weekend. She joined us in studio. Welcome to the show, Monica.
Thank you, Marni.
Okay, so for those who don't know, what is a life coach?
A life coach is someone who can help you to find the answer to your own questions. So, you know, as a life coach, I don't need advice. I support my clients really in going deep within themselves and find out their value and what's important to them, and therefore their action will be determined by those values.
So how do you go about doing that?
I ask a lot of questions. You know, I ask a lot of questions. There is no formula in coaching. So basically, yeah, I ask questions, and I really support people in letting go of the story that holds them, you know, very often to the past, and really ask themselves who they are in the moment. So it's really important. I support them to define the blueprint of their life or where they are, and then from there they can move into deciding where they want to go.
Okay, now one of the things that you mentioned as a problem for a lot of people is stress, and that holds them back from reaching their full potential. Why is that?
Yes, I actually wrote a book that's titled Outsmart Stress, and when you're stressed out, very often, again, you're not in the present. You know, you're in the future worrying about something, you're in the past worrying about some failure, so you're not really assessing the situation in the present. So it's really about focusing on who you are right now and finding the resources within yourself to overcome whatever really is.
And how do you outsmart that stress, and how do you get past
how you outsmart the stress? That's exactly how you outsmart your stress. Is that stress is different for everybody. You know, like the same two people in the same situation react totally different. Right. One would be stressed. One can be totally stressed out, and the other one isn't. So, you know, we always wish we would be the one not stressed out, obviously. So by getting to know yourself and by getting to know what stresses you out, by getting to design a little bit of that blueprint about yourself, then you find out how to avoid stress and putting yourself in situation, you know, choosing a pattern that doesn't cause stress.
Now, you mentioned the word blueprint, and you talk about creating a blueprint for your life. What does that mean?
Yes, that is, I also wrote a book about that, which is, the book is titled Being in the Present, How to Create the Blueprint of Your Life. And it's really about assessing who you are in the present and deciding where you want to go. I think that very often we don't update ourselves with information of who we really are. You know, we think we're someone that we used to be 10 years ago. We think we're someone we used to be 2 years ago. And we don't really invest the time in getting to know ourselves without judgment.
Now, how can a life coach help you get to know yourself better than say, your best girlfriend could?
Yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. I'm really excited about the questions because I call the, you know, this is the dynamic what happened. You have a problem or an issue, you go to your best friend, and the first thing she does is that she floods you with advice. And I call that tainted advice. Because even though she loves you and she thinks you're the greatest, the advice that she's going to give you is tainted by her own experience, by who she is and by her values, and has nothing to do with you, really. So a coach is a person that supports you in finding what is important to you. So as a coach, I don't give advice, and I give suggestions with the idea of pushing your comfort zone, getting you to see outside the box of what is your way of thinking.
Okay.
And
focusing on what you want instead of what it is that your friend can offer you.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, well, if you want to catch more of what Monica has to say, you can see her at this weekend's Women's Show. It runs from Saturday and Sunday at Northlands Agricom. And for more information, you can go to edmontonshows.com. And thank you so much for coming in.
You're so welcome, Marni. Thank you.